We've asked Burundian journalist Apollinaire Nioriora to join us on the line for some update on the way to the May election. Apo, very good evening to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Globe.
Yes, good evening to you.
Well, the big story making the rounds all over the world is, of course, the outbreak of the coronavirus. And I do understand that it has affected Burundi as well. And there's been a directive that about 261 people should be placed on quarantine. What's the latest?
Pardon? Pardon?
Hi, Apo, can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Now, before we get to the big story of the day in Burundi, the big story obviously making the rounds all over the world is the coronavirus pandemic that has broken out. And it has affected Burundi, of course. And I do understand there's a directive that about 261 Burundians should be placed on quarantine.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Those are travelers who came from Europe and some other countries where the coronavirus is reported. So those 261 are quarantined in a hotel located in the commercial capital, Bujumbura. It's true, but so far, no coronavirus case has been reported in Burundi so far, according to the authorities, of course.
And now, former President Domitien Ndayizeze, is this a victory for him that the Constitutional Court has agreed that he should run for public office?
Of course, it's a big victory for him because the Constitutional Court yesterday said ruled that he will be able to run the presidential election. Indeed, the Constitutional Court indeed validated his candidacy. So this is a big win for him, of course. He will be, of course, he will join other 6 candidates who had been approved by the Electoral Commission a couple of days ago.
Why Mr. Ndayizeze was barred from running for office in the first place?
Well, he was banned. He was banned from running, because actually the National Electoral Commission was saying that he didn't have enough nominations. But then the Constitutional Court realized that the Electoral Commission was wrong, that Mr. Ndayizeze had enough nominations.
Yeah, I mean, this is a man who said that he could get about 10,000 nominations in a matter of hours. Just how popular is it? What gives him such confidence?
Well, it's probably right, because, you know, the requirement was to have 200 nominations, but Domitien Ndayizeze brought 208 nominations, which means that could not be a problem for him to receive or to get nominations. So the Constitutional Court ruled that the Electoral Commission was wrong to say so.
Now, a UN Commission of Inquiry warned of deteriorating human rights abuses in Burundi, and even Mr. Ndayizeze himself, he actually doubted whether these elections in May will be credible.
Well, it's difficult so far. It's difficult to tell that they will be credible because, you know, the opposition to which Mr. Ndayizeze belongs has always said that the Electoral Commission is not made up of people, is not made up of people from all the spheres, all the sectors of the country. I mean, from the ruling party, also from the opposition. So the opposition has always said that the Electoral Commission is not really... they don't believe in the Electoral Commission. But analysts say, let's wait and see whether the Electoral Commission will be able to work in a such way that the elections are credible, in a such way that the results that have been that have come from the polling stations are the real ones that are published.
League linked to the governing party has been accused of torturing and killing members of the opposition. Now, the governing party has in the past dismissed these allegations, and it is also mum when probed about these allegations. Why?
Well, the ruling party cannot accept that it is harassing the opposition. But on the ground, if you come and see what is happening really, you can realize that the CNL, that is the main opposition party led by Gatongwasa. The CNL members are really harassed. They are beaten up by the Imbonerakure. That is the youth wing of the ruling party. So the opposition members from the CNL are really harassed. They are beaten up. So their work, their political activities are really disturbed by the ruling party.
Now, under a controversial new law, the outgoing president, Pierre Nkurunziza, will be given the title of Supreme Leader. And one then wonders what this means and what are the implications of a Supreme Leader. Will that mean that the incoming president, or rather whosoever will win the election, will not have, or rather will not wield as much power?
Yeah, in fact, saying that he is the Supreme Leader, is the Supreme Leader within the ruling party. I mean, the members of the CNDD-FDD, the ruling party, they consider him as someone who is superior, who is higher than anyone within the ruling party. Now, this means that even the candidate of the ruling party will not have enough power to be to dominate even the president. It means that the Supreme Leader will always be the Supreme Leader, even if he will not be in power. It means that the incoming president, if he comes from the ruling party, he will have to get advice from the Supreme Leader. Whenever he wants to take a decision, he will have to consult the Supreme Leader.
All right, Apo, thank you so much for your update. Much appreciated. That was Burundian journalist Apolinare Nyora joining us via Skype from Bujumbura in Burundi.